The orange lacked a fresh start. The taste is old and fatigued. Like the mango, avocado, apple, and other juicy pulps I have named and tasted, they lacked fresh experience. I dropped the orange to the ground and stomped it into the dirt. "Forgive me," I whispered. "I tempt for something new to name and experience." "I could have told you that," came her voice from the garden. "You may wear the proper clothes from our betrothal, but your mind is bare and clear." "Leave me, woman," I hissed. "Thorn will be here soon." Lilith laughed a mocking bark. "Ha! You think I am afraid of Thorn? I birthed him and fed him. You murdered for his appetite," I sneered, facing my wife. "You are nothing but a pestilence to my work." By waving her hand to remove a dark bang from her forehead, Lilith started to give me her same lecture. "Sustenance can come from anywhere, darling. You will not enforce judgment over your own actions." "Do not warn me of judgment, father of my child," Lilith countered. "Thorn's behavior is your guilt if mine is also valid." What was I thinking? I shook my head. Year after year we loved each other, but the vow was empty. I do not love you or that spawn we brought into existence. "Our union was never decided by us," Lilith crossed her arms. "How can something be sacred, be made without our input?" "You speak blasphemy, woman." "I speak independently, husband," Lilith hissed. "Give me a long corridor full of nails to walk on my bare feet. Have the stingers of 1,000 wasp nests shoved into my ears. May my pelvis be trampled by the hooves of untamed cattle. An eternity of such is paradise compared to our union." "If you really felt that way, allow me to receive Thorn's venom and relieve you." I tilted my head and narrowed my eyes. "You do feel the same way. After all these past years, if you really cared for me, you would have done so already and erased my suffering." Lilith nodded her head. "For years I have loathed you, father of our child. Now I have the courage to leave you, and leave Thorn as well." "You will take that abomination with you," I demanded. "No," Lilith smiled. "I do for myself, and not for you or the image above." I glared at Lilith and yelled at her. "Once you step out, you will never return." When my once bride disappeared from the garden, I turned to face a flower that Lilith had in her hair when we vowed our love for each other. I held the nameless flower in my hand and closed my eyes. "Mother does not want me," came Thorn's voice from behind my back. To be fair, I do not blame her. Thorn's face appeared over my shoulder and looked deeply into my eyes. "Because I am not in your image." "It was never my image," I admitted. I held up the flower and pursed my lips. This flower would now and forever be called a lily. Beautiful, but weak. Thorn chuckled. "Mother is anything but weak. One day I will prove that to you." I glared at my son, with heat building inside of my body. "Thorn," I pointed at him. "I do not give any empathy towards you or your lineage. May one day your slithering words will be your downfall. You shall be called a serpent, and nothing more."